guys, so today we're going to talk about the EMAX EZ Pilot FPV drone for beginners. This is a pretty cool little setup, not horribly expensive. Look up the retail price and let you guys know what it currently sells for. I know that they also sell the Tiny Hawk, which is probably the replacement for this version, would be my guess, and it's pretty cool. This one's a brushed motor assembly. The Tiny Hawk has brushless motors. Either way, this is an awesome intro to FPV flight and a fun little drone. It's really meant for indoor flight, but today I brought it out to the forest and we're going to do some cool outdoor flight and test its capabilities in the trees with the range and everything. I'll give you a look at what it looks like inside the goggles and we'll get to it. So the first thing you want to do every time you fly the EZ Pilot is find a pretty level place. This looks pretty level. The more level, the better, realistically. And then you grab the controller here. You take this switch, and you go up and down a bunch of times. Probably 6 or 7 times. But you see how this light stops blinking? And then it's going to turn off. Once you've done that, it calibrates the gyro to make it level. So here we go. I'm just going to go ahead and pull the switch down, okay? This is your up and down. This is your yaw, turning the drone around sideways, turning it like this. This is going to lean the quadcopter forward and back and side to side. So I'm just going to try to fly this one-handed here, and go ahead. So when you arm, this is the arming switch. When you arm the switch, you'll see that this starts blinking. That lets you know it's armed. And go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and try to fly it one-handed. Actually, I'm going to put it in. This is intermediate mode. I'm going to put it in. But if I just do that. You can see that, and there we go. Now we do have some wind that I'm fighting at the moment, but you can see, I mean, I'm literally not doing anything, and it's maintaining itself pretty well. Oops. And so I'll go ahead and I'll try to drive with my one finger here. So you can see it does pretty well. Ooh, look at the wind. The wind's blowing it around quite a bit. Bring it over here and we'll set it right down in the road here. Okay, there we go. One thing I'll show you guys here is you can pull these propellers off, but actually like hair, and if you use it outside, grass and stuff gets like stuck on the motor shaft here. So you can pull the propeller right off and you can go ahead and clean those out sometimes. What I like to do is I blow on the propellers. And see how that one didn't move so much? Okay. That one you can tell actually has stuff inside of it, so you can go ahead and you can pull it out here. Give me a second. Need 2 hands to really pull these off, but you can see here, all wrapped around in here, there's some sort of, I don't know, hair, I guess. And then it just pops back on. And then, there you go, much better. Now what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll take the quad over into the woods here, and there won't be so much wind in there, so we can test it out there. I'll give you guys a little FPV view, and you see how fun it can be in the woods. Okay, yeah, so here we are. Ran over to the woods. Gonna give this thing a flight, let you guys see how it looks. You can see I got the setup here. Got the goggles here. I'll put you guys right inside. You can have a nice front row seat. Some FPV action. Grab the controller here. You guys ready? You guys ready? Let's do this. Spin you right around. And I'm playing in expert mode just because it gives me a little bit more control. When you first start out, you're going to find expert mode pretty hard, but eventually you'll get the hang of it, and it's much better. Here we go. Another thing worth pointing out actually is the battery here. See how the battery's off center? You always want to make sure that that's centered. That just helps keep the balance of the quadcopter when you're flying it around. Had some woods flight with the EMAX EZ Pilot. I'm going to do a couple more clips to show you a couple more areas, but pretty cool toy, and we'll talk about the specs in just a minute. Here we go. Go ahead and try this again. I'm trying to fly FPV through the goggles as I'm filming because there's no DVR on these goggles. So I'm actually looking through my phone that's looking at the FPV camera. It's a little tricky. Let's go ahead and try it again. So one thing I don't cover in this review is beginner mode, and that's simply because I don't recommend using it. Basically, it completely changes the control layout so that your right stick controls all movement, your pitch, your roll, and your yaw, and this is different from basically any other FPV drone out there, and so it's not going to be helpful for you to learn, and therefore you might as well just avoid it. That about wraps up this review. If you've been thinking about getting an EMAX EZ Pilot or Tiny Hawk, I highly recommend it. It's a fantastic, inexpensive, safe way to get involved in the FPV hobby. If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss upcoming content. Until next time guys, Pete the Pilot, signing out.